Yeah.
That's some of them call it alpha male.
Alpha male.
Because of those beers, they're not supposed to have those things.
Oh, so it's
But
kind
because
of imbalance.
And it affects the women during pregnancy.
Yeah.
Because when you have, as a woman, you're not supposed to have testosterone in your system, in your hormone. But when you have a testosterone in your hormone, it affects the pregnancy. At the starting stage of the pregnancy, the hormone will not allow that fetus or embryo to grow.
Yeah.
You start having, you hear miscarriages, 1 or 2. And testosterone and lutein hormone, LH hormone, working hand in hand. So some of the women that have alpha male
Luteinizing hormone. Okay.
Some of the women that have alpha male hormones hardly conceive more than 2-3 kids because the testosterone will keep growing, attacking the fetus, which is not supposed to be in their system. It's supposed to be in the man's system.
Yeah.
What you're saying
that
is
testosterone gives us that drive, makes us look stronger and everything. You understand?
Okay.
Men with high testosterone improves their masculinity. You understand? You see them at a certain point they become to show off, like being aggressive sometimes. You understand? Showing off, trying to fight, trying to go more physical.
Yeah,
you understand about men, with that high testosterone thing.
Okay. Another thing, like women's side now, you see during their ovulation period, they start feeling, you see their purity start coming out. They start looking for men, one sex. It's not the testosterone that is working. Then that is their hormone.
Their own hormone.
The estrogen hormone is now working in their system, making them to start looking fresher. If your wife may be in a relation and you don't want sex, she wants sex. It's not that she really wants that sex. It's that hormone that is triggering those sexual feel goods. It's called feel good hormone.
I think it's just that the estrogen is for the secondary characteristic development, which is good for women. And men on the other. But I was explaining something about how this relates to BPH. You understand? I'm saying that high testosterone sometimes contribute to that. You understand? Okay. And if you do not engage, because men with high testosterone, they tend to be very sexually active. And it's encouraged. Like if you want to develop your testosterone, sometimes we ask you to exercise more and go to the gym, and probably it gives you that confidence. You understand? You don't go down to, imagine if you have low testosterone, you talk to the mic, you'll be like, "Hello Harry, how are you doing?" I'll be like, "Hey man, speak up." That baritone or your coarse voice will just probably become sonorous like that of a woman. That sonorosity is more of estrogen level. You understand?
So it means that in Nigeria, in Igbo culture, there are men they call abaliabaka. So those people, I don't know how do I translate it?
Yeah, is it their voice sounding too feminine?
No, I mean abaliabaka, like those guys that will not go.
If you have high level, if you have high level of testosterone, you love sex.
You love sex. You understand?
So, like some of us here, including me.
If men with high testosterone level will engage a lot in sex.
Now, finally, more of that. Every man from age of 40 to 45 to 50 should go and check their prostate. It can be hereditary. If your grandfather died of prostate,
exactly.
If your father, it might not touch your father, but it might touch you.
Genetics.
If your father died of prostate, it might not touch you, it might touch your children.
Because it's in the DNA.
It's hereditary. It's in the DNA.
Just like the way you have diabetes.
So that's why when you go to hospital, they will ask you, does it run in your family?
Yeah.
It might be your great-grandfather. It might be your grandfather. Or it might be your father that has prostate. It might not touch you. If you see your father, he might not touch you. He might touch your younger brother, or he might touch your children.
Doc, I want us to look at something here. This 21 days a month of sexual activity to keep men alive. How much do you agree to it?
I said it is unproved. It is not, I won't say it is scientifically.
Would you recommend that?
I think it's...
If you have the energy...
No, there is a journal that actually published that, but the problem is that it's not conclusive. I would just say... I think that's the scientific way I will actually say something, or more of, maybe I'm more of a forensic person who use that term. So when something has been researched, but not everyone has agreed with it, that means that it's not conclusive yet.
I think we are speaking too many grammar here. We need to know how many times do we need to do ta-ta-ta-ta-ta in a month?
At least try why the 21 days?
So 21 days is important.
I think it's very important for the health of your prostate. You can't ignore that.
It is. Yeah. And finally, as a man, if you're having issue with your wife, settle it. Be the fool.
Yeah. So you have to, even during the period you mentioned that the woman also needs it, even though you are not in the mood, you still need to do it so that when you are...
You're saving your life. You're not saving the woman's life.
If you have high testosterone, like you as a even at 40, 45, you keep exercising. You might even need it more than the woman.
Yeah.
Okay. You might be even doing it more than the woman.
You're not doing it because you are trying to keep your prostate.
So... Yeah, I think that's why, at the beginning we said the ladies should also come closer. Why the men are sitting with us, to understand how the role or the part they will have to play to maintain the health of their partner, their husband, and their boyfriends as well. So, in this sense, what does a woman need to do to support the health of the husband in this area?
When you're married, everybody wish to grow old and live old with your wife. Your wife has a role to keep you alive. Keep you alive is when you knock at his Jerusalem, at his chamber, she will open it and say, "Nai, the food is ready."
Good.
And I think with that, exercising your prostate, keeping a healthy lifestyle, reducing alcohol intake, reducing eating things that can spicy food that can trigger the bladder,
red meat
and sugar. You have a life to live.
Eat a lot of vegetables. We should not ignore that. Yeah. Even though you avoid this, please have more of vegetables and fruits.
Yeah, we are trying to conclude now, but there is something I want us to point at. On the social aspect of managing this prostate problem. Like recently, for some of our men, they live in the UK, they live in the US, they live in Germany and all over the place, and they have their wives back home, maybe in Nigeria or Ghana or somewhere. And, like you said now that we need to be doing this steady for us to be alive. Then, if your wife is, in that distant area and sometimes you spend the whole year before you visit your wife, those kind of men, I know this discussion may be raising some alarm in their mind. What would you advise them?
I don't want to advise a man to be promiscuous. When you feel that you need your wife, it's either if you're living in abroad and your wife is over the other side of the Atlantic, try and get over that side. I won't advise.
But if being promiscuous is what will keep you alive. And
at the same time, promiscuous can lead you to death because you can get infection.
But can I just say something about I like striking a balance. If you are looking at the social aspect, you're talking about the moral. You could put some moral aspect to it, or you put some religious meaning to it. But on a scientific angle, science doesn't care about wherever you are fearful or thereabout. Science just tells you do this. Whether you're doing it with your wife or you're doing it with your concubine or side chick or mistress, whatever, it's not the business of the prostate. You as a man who actually kept your wife far distance, I think you are the one who's putting yourself in danger. You understand? You are either taking a risk of cheating on her or you're taking a risk of probably bringing her close. But the most important thing is, if that is necessary for you, your body doesn't respond to that.
Our brothers that are Reverend Fathers, the Catholic aspect of it, they are not married.
Yeah, but
are you saying that they don't meet those
Reverend Fathers, because they have this grace, because they walk in the vineyard of God.
You see, this is where science and religion disagree. You understand? On the religious aspect, they will ask you, remain chaste, you're a saint, you're a monk, you took an oath not to do this.
But miracle happens.
Miracle, what kind of miracle are you talking about? There's nothing, miracle on this one does not have scientific evidence. I can challenge anyone here to bring me proof of miracle you're doing that particular time. Miracle does happen, yes, because there is a God that created this universe, you understand? It could actually happen by chance. It's not like something you just go directly, lay hands, and it happens just like the way it is.
Some religious leaders,
you can just live on
some archbishops, some popes still die of prostate cancer.
Yeah. So this is science. Science does not mind your religious belief. It doesn't matter. Understand? There is a creator that created this universe. There are principles and there are things that actually put down. There are rules that actually guide this
place. It's good to be aware of all this. So, if I may ask, I would ask the double doc in the house here. What would be your conclusion? What advice would you put out there to our people?
Based on
this subject of prostate.
Yeah, like I said, I've even said it where this whole thing is to live a healthy lifestyle. You understand?
Healthy lifestyle. Yeah.
One, first of all, before you actually hit 40 or probably hit 40, live a healthy lifestyle. Eat well, eat a balanced diet, have enough vegetable, have enough fruits in your diet, reduce the amount of alcohol and reduce the amount of meat you take. That is one. Two, once you get to that age, please go for a regular checkup. You understand? That's one of the things that made it so high in Africa. It's not like Africa has more of like a gene that they are caused to have it. Sometimes it's ignorance. Sometimes they don't go for checkup. It's easier for people here because they have well-informed mindset over here in the West. They actually have information. They could just go for hair checkup on time. So if you are getting to that age and you notice the symptoms, go for checkup. Have your medication. Don't practice self-medication. That's what I'll tell them over there.
Doc, your final word.
My final word is live a healthy lifestyle.
Stay close to your wife.
Enjoy your wife.
That one is exactly what's about
That one is very, very important. Enjoy your wife. All right, my people. It's been an interesting conversation here. The subject is something that matters to every one of us, and we have been able to do justice to this topic. And I want to thank you again, Dr. Kings, for being with us today. And I know that this is not the last time we'll be seeing you here. We would please oblige us that opportunity when we'll invite you again. But I must say thank you very much for coming to Glasscast podcast tonight. And to the double doc, thank you very much for your contributions.
Thank you.
Thank you, my people. Have a good evening.
Thank you.